and U.S. citizens are the only one who should be able to vote in U.S. elections. Don't you agree?
Welcome back.
As chairman of the Committee on House Administration, we began trying to figure out how all these things are operating. And in particular, where's all the funds coming into the liberal campaigns across the state of Wisconsin running TV ads against President Trump? We looked into ActBlue and we called them into the committee and we said, what processes are you using? And I said, you're using a CVV code. That's that little 3 or 4 digit number on the back of your credit card that you have to use when you buy almost anything online. And we found out they weren't requiring it if you want to make a donation on ActBlue. Then we started to dig further and we started to find more and more things where they don't have the financial security in place that they need to. So we did a big review and we've transferred it over to a group of Republican attorney generals from across the country. And they're digging into this information, Mr. Trump. I think they're going to find a lot of answers very soon for you.
That's amazing.
So President Trump, thanks for what you're doing for this country. I think you're going to win not only Wisconsin, but the presidency in 30 days. And you see this crowd and everyone here. Thanks for all you're doing. God bless you. God bless you, President Trump.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Also with us are members of Congress, great ones. Scott Fitzgerald, what a nice name that is. That's a good name. Where's Scott? I love that name, Scott.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for the likes.
Writer. Glenn Grothman. Thank you, Glenn. Been my friend for a long time.
Yeah, something happened. Someone called
And a
me.
man
That
who
ruins everything.
is not from these parts any longer. He was from here. He grew up here and
Sound
he loved
check,
it so
please.
much. He's from a place called Texas. And he's one of the most popular politicians in Texas. He does a phenomenal job. And
Sound and
he
picture
has
check.
literally parked himself up here for the last
Thank you,
couple of
Lorena.
months and for this last month in particular, but he's been here with his brother. His
Thanks,
brother
Linda.
is a phenomenal guy, and
Thanks
they
for coming
are
back,
here
guys.
for one reason, to make sure the election, people get out to vote, and to make sure it's honest.
Smash that like
And
button,
the people of
please.
Texas know this, and they love this guy for what he's doing. He said, I can help. He's so popular. He won by a lot of votes. He has no problems at all. But he felt he was better off coming up because if we win Wisconsin, we win the presidency. We win the presidency. We win the presidency. So I'd like to ask, and he's just a special guy. I mean, he
Thanks,
loves this
Janet.
country so much, and you know, I can tell some guys come up, no, I love the country. Other guys come up, no, I love that country, you have to. And he's one of the latter. He's one of the guys that just loves it. And they love him. They love him so much in Texas. They love him here. But what he wanted to do, because he knows it so well, he's a part of Wisconsin, he wanted to be here to make sure that we win and to make sure that it's as honest as we can get it. Because they're going to cheat. They cheat. That's all they want to do is cheat. And when you see this, it's the only way they're going to win. And we can't let that happen. And we can't let it happen again. We're going to have no country. So I'd like to ask a very special man and a friend of mine, Troy Nels, to come up with his brothers, Trevor, Tim, and Todd. Please come up.
Yes, I'm recording it, but it's live, Corey. Oh, well, you need to vote for him. And if you're here to troll, then I have someone I'd like you to meet.
Mr. President, what an honor and a privilege is to be up here with my brothers. We are honored to be with you. Look at the thousands of people out here that love you. They're here. This is America. This is the heart and soul of America. The blue collar, the farmers, they're all here for you, sir. They're here for you because they love you and they think you're great. You know, I've been planning on this thing. I've been reaching to the team. I said, sir, we got to have a rally in Wisconsin. We can win Wisconsin. We keep looking and we keep looking. Gets canceled, this and that. And then all of a sudden, I get a call last Tuesday. Hey, Congressman, you think Sunday would work? What the hell kind of time are you giving us on Sunday to get it? But look at everybody's here. Everybody came because they know how important this election is. You
It's
know
so
it.
important.
Mr. President,
Please
I can
learn
assure
from
you
this,
this.
Corey.
The
Please
passion
learn.
in this state, they love you. We have been up here for weeks
Hey,
going to
Darla.
county fairs. We see the passion, we see the love, we see the energy. And sir, I can assure you, everybody here is going to get their family, their friends. We are going to win Wisconsin, and Donald Trump is going to make America great again. He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Well, I've never seen it before, and his district is so happy he's doing it. He explained it to them. What do you want to do? They love that he's doing it, and we really appreciate it. We're leading Texas by a lot. We're leading Texas, so he said, I want to come up here because
Yeah,
this
the
is a big
video
deal.
on this is not
Wisconsin's
good.
a
It
big
keeps
deal.
glitching.
Thank you, and he knows it so well. They grew up here. Thanks. Former U.S. Senator Bob Caston. Bob, thank you very much. Bob.
This is the Trump page on YouTube.
Nice to see
by the
you,
way.
Bob. Look good. And Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt, who, by the way, is here with a group of Wisconsin sheriffs announcing that they are endorsing Trump. We love him. Come on up, Bruce.
I love when he invites people on stage with him. He's always happy to share the stage. Wow. That's a lot of cops. Oh my goodness. It's like a clown car for cops. Oh, they never stop. It's totally a clown car of cops. Well, nobody's gonna shoot at Trump right now, that's for sure.
You're here for him, not me.
Aw.
Mr. President, I am proud to announce that all of these sheriffs are among a very small amount of sheriffs and law enforcement across our country that support you. I'd say 80 to 90% of law enforcement across this country are behind you, Mr. President.
Amen to that. Yes, you're right, Lorena. The good guys love Trump. It's the bad guys who
I have
hate him.
something very
It's
important
very
I think
clear.
you're going to want to hear.
If you hate Trump,
In Dodge
you
County,
might have a problem.
In this 2024
You might
election,
be a criminal.
there are 0 drop boxes for the election. Our clerks are fantastic. We're going to make sure that we have the best, most secure election in Dodge County history. And one last thing, Mr. President. The last time I met you, I was with 200 sheriffs standing on the south lawn. And you came out and you shook a bunch of sheriffs' hands, and you didn't quite get to me. Wait. So I did one thing that I knew would get his attention, and he'll do again here shortly as soon as I say it. I shouted, and he walked over to me afterwards. Best president ever.
Facts. You're right, early votes. We gotta play their game this time. I'm voting absentee. Or mail-in or whatever it is. USA, 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 USA.
I love no lock, Dr. Singh. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a great honor. These are great, great men, and there's nobody that respects them more than this group. They do such a job, and generally law enforcement in our country.
Hey,
And-
Mercy.
Oh, and woman. Come here. She's the best one up here, I think,
Yeah,
right?
she's sorry, but she's the DEI
That's good.
hire.
Thank you very
Sorry, just saying.
But I appreciate it so
Not
much.
against
and the
women, but look
endorsement
how
means a
little
lot
she
to me,
is.
And anything you need, I'm here. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
She better carry a big gun. Just saying. I mean, look at the big fat cop. I'm just saying. I'm just being observant right now. I'm not trying to diss anybody, but cops come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? Look at that. Look at that one dude, man. He's built. And look at that
These
lady.
are great
She's
people.
so little.
Wow, what a group. Thank you, sheriffs.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sheriffs.
And we have a lot
It's
of
a
law
tough job to
enforcement
be a
here
sheriff.
today, and I just want to say to all of the people in Wisconsin,
Look at that
and
kid
law
behind
enforcement
Trump.
officers, all of them that are here today, we have so many. I will give you my total support, resources, power, protection, and respect. You are going to do your job because that's what you want to do. You're the most respected people in our country. I want you to know that sometimes you don't feel that way, but you are the most respected people. So I really think, and Sheriff, thank you very much. What a group. I was a little concerned, you know, there was a lot of beef up here, and I'm wondering about this. I was worried about this platform. I said, do you think it's structurally okay? You know, I'm in the real estate. And I'm looking at this. It wasn't looking too good. I had to say, come on, let's go, get on. But these are great people, and boy, they love your state. They love our country. That I can tell you. So thank you very much. It's a great endorsement. Thank you very much.
That was dangerous. Trump.
So the sheriffs will
Get
be
off.
happy to know that we're going to end sanctuary cities. We will never defund our police, and we will make Wisconsin safe again. They're going to actually do that. They're going to make Wisconsin very safe, and they've kept it safe anyway. They only know how to keep it safe. That's all they want to do. I want to thank you. They're great. Kamala Harris is the worst vice president in the history of our country, a radical left Marxist who was rated far worse than anybody else in the Senate. And here are the facts. She wants to very simply, and they always go back to their original. You know, with the politics, if you go back to me, you'll see I don't think I've changed at all. They comment like 30 years ago when I wasn't in politics. I've only been doing this actually for like a short while. A senator came up to me, sir, I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. I said, yeah, I've been doing it for about 8. And we became president. He's a man that wanted to run for president, but it never worked out. And if you knew him like I did, it will never work out. But Kamala Harris wants open borders. She will deliver even more catastrophic inflation. She was an original creator, Sheriff, of defund the police movement. What do you think? Sheriff, is she reformable? She was in charge of defund the police. Do you think she's fully reformed? I don't think so. I don't think so. And anybody who wants to defund the police for even a week or for even a day is not worthy of being president of the United States. Kamala Harris vowed to abolish ICE. These are great people. These are great patriots. They're tough cookies, too. They would go into a pack of MS-13 gang members and the fist would fly. I don't know. Somebody has to do that job. I don't see anybody up here. I have a couple of friends. I don't see them doing that particular job. They're good at other things, but not that. But these are great people, and she wants to defund them. She wants to get rid of them. She wants to take ICE out. These are the people that remove the worst criminals, the worst gang
Welcome,
members, the
Leo.
worst drug dealers from out of our country. Get them the hell out of here. And she wants to get rid of them. She wants mass amnesty and
Dun, dun, dun,
citizenship
dun.
for all illegals. And she
Dun, dun,
says
dun,
that we
dun,
must
dun,
not
dun,
utter
dun,
the
dun,
words
dun,
illegal
dun, dun,
alien
dun,
or
dun.
radical Islamic terrorist. She lost more than, to me, statistically, this is the worst. In less than 4 years, she lost more than 325,000 migrant children that are now dead in sex slavery, or just plain missing. As California Attorney General, she redefined child sex trafficking, assault with a deadly weapon, or rape of an unconscious person as totally nonviolent crimes.
It's insane.
She praised the idea of a 70 to 80% tax rate. She thought that was very good. She pledged to abolish private health care. For some people want private health care. They have to pay for it, but they maybe don't want to wait in line for 6 months and force everyone into socialist government-run health care, which is what you have to do. They wait online for months and months, and they take a routine or a minor illness, and they end up being terminally ill. And by the way, what we did for the military with that, we gave choice, and we also did something that was very important. We got rid of 9,000 sadists and bad people from our Veterans Administration, and we got rid of them. They hated our soldiers. They hated our heroes. We got rid of them and replaced them with people that love our people. That's what we want, love our country and love our people. The other thing we did, which is very important, is choice, because our veterans were waiting in line. We had a 92% approval rating with our vet. Now it's down into the 40s, and they're getting rid of a lot of the things we did for our vets. We had choice where if you had to wait more than a day for a doctor, a day and a half at the most, you go outside, you get a local doctor, we pay the bill, you get yourself fixed up. This never happened before with our vets, and it was unbelievable. And slowly but surely, they're going to dismantle that. They've already started dismantling that. It was one of the
Get
best
that
things
right,
I was
Leo.
most proud of. And we're going to get it back very
Sharks are
fast, you
getting
vets.
fed well
We're going to get
today.
it back very fast. People would be waiting online for months. They'd say, you have to come back in 3.5 months, and whatever the condition. Can you imagine that where you're told you can't even see a doctor for 3.5, 4 months, longer than that? And the VA has some great doctors, but the management of getting to see them was very peculiar. So we're going to take care of that. But we did something. They've been trying to get that for 58 years, and I got it done, totally done, and nothing worked better. And again, 92% approval rating. It was rarely in the 40s. So I was very proud of it, and we'll redo it again. We'll redo it fast. I know exactly what to do, and we're going to redo it. We're going to take care of our veterans, and I think everybody wants that. And as people have been hearing and not believing, but it's true, she even endorsed free sex changes for illegal aliens in detention at taxpayer expense. So if you're an illegal alien and you're in detention and you decide that you would like to go from a man to a woman, we give you an operation. Not only is the concept bad, but it's an unbelievably expensive procedure, and we're supposed to pay for it. This is what she wants, and she wants to do it. And she hasn't declined that yet. It's hard for them to decline everything. So normally if somebody changes one policy, they're out of business, right, Troy? She's changed 15 policies from fracking to everything to that. And nobody believes her. And if she ever won, as soon as that would happen, you're going to be a whole different country.
I think
You
he
will
found
see
out
things.
so much,
And I don't
Leo,
even believe
he
she's
couldn't
calling the
believe it.
shots. There are some very bad and vicious people that surround her that call the shots. She's just a vehicle. Just like Biden was a vehicle. He has no idea what the hell he's doing. And you saw that. Think of it. He has no idea. He couldn't answer any questions. And she can't do anything. She doesn't want to talk because she is just a vehicle for very bad people that surround her. 2 days ago, Joe Biden shuffled into the White House press room and made the most powerful case against Kamala Harris because she's trying to disassociate herself from crooked Joe Biden. What do you like better, Crooked Joe or Sleepy Joe? Depends. When he's sleeping on the beach, I like Sleepy Joe. When he's in the White House, I like Crooked Joe because he's the most crooked president we've ever had. But right now I think Sleepy because they took the presidency away from him. They had a coup. They staged a minor coup, if you haven't heard. But she is trying to disassociate. She doesn't even know who the hell he is anymore. She doesn't mention his name. She doesn't mention how bad inflation was, how bad the 325,000 children that we just mentioned. All of these things are so bad. How bad the economy is, how bad the border is. To me, again, the border, it's the border. You know, I won in 2016 because of the border. I did a phenomenal job. Is that right, Troy? You were a beneficiary in Texas, and I did such a great job. And then in 2020, when I ran, got more votes and everything. But I wanted to talk about the border. My people said, sir, nobody wants to talk about the border anymore. You fixed it. I said, that's why I want to talk about it. I couldn't talk about it. I said, I want to talk. People weren't interested in it. But that border in 2016 was nothing compared to what you have today. What you have today is a sick group of people that are letting these really bad, dangerous people into our country. And we're not going to let that. We're going to close that up on day one. My first order is going to be close the border. And they could do that too. They could do that too. You know, Biden could do that right now. He could get up and say, close the border, and they do it because the president has that power. He doesn't need bills. They keep talking about bills. The bill they're talking about was the stupidest bill I've ever seen. But they don't need bills. All the president has to do is say, close the border, and he has refused to do it. Biden said that he and Kamala were, quote, singing from the same song sheet. She helped pass all the laws, every single one of them. She was a major player in everything we did. Now, he went up into the White House press secretary's lectern, and he said this stuff, and they were dying. They were saying, oh, my God, it's coming down. And because, you know what? He got tired of hearing that she had nothing to do with anything. And he knew it was a lie. So he couldn't take it any longer, and he went up and made a fool out of himself, but you'd expect that. But he said this was one hell of a this was the worst press conference. They're screaming at him. He didn't know what the hell was happening. But the reason he went up there was to make that statement that she knew everything. She could not disassociate herself. She approved everything. She was the vote in the Senate as the vice president for many of these bills. So a vote for Kamala is a vote for 4 more years of crooked Joe Biden. It's a disaster. It's a disaster for our country, and it'll never be this way. A vote for Trump is a vote for change, and it's a vote for saving our country.
Yes, save our country. And thank you guys for watching and wanting the same.
So if Kamala, just in sort of closing up, if Kamala enacts her agenda, she'll destroy America. Our agenda will make America safer and wealthier than ever before. We will have, remember this, something that I think is very important for different people. We will have no tax on tips. Now, that doesn't help the sheriffs too much. That's not going to help you guys. They never got that tip, I guarantee you that.
That's right,
but that
JB.
helps a lot of people.
Yeah, it's more like
but no
4
tax
more
on
years
tips.
of,
Then she copied us,
of
right?
Obama.
2 months later, she said, I've got a major announcement. There will be no tax. But she never she never even said it again after that. No, but the difference is we get it done. You know, they talked about education, and they talked about the debt for students, student debt, and they failed on it. They failed on everything. The student debt, a lot of people didn't like it, but regardless, they said it. They kept saying it, saying it, saying it. They kept losing, and now it's a dead deal. It would be that way with these. No tax on tips. Ready? No tax on overtime if you work overtime. And you have a lot of overtime people here. You have a lot of people that work a lot of overtime. I used to hate to pay overtime, Troy. Oh, I used to hate to pay overtime. I did everything I could to get out of it. But you know what? It's a big deal. And I actually think that's going to be a benefit to our economy, an overall benefit. So it's no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. And Are there any seniors in this particular place? I refuse to raise my hand. Okay, I'll raise. No tax, and this is big because you've been destroyed with your fixed incomes. You've been destroyed by inflation. No tax on Social Security for our seniors. No tax for us. That's a big one. And I'll get them done fast. I'll get them done fast. We've got people already working on it. We'll get them all done fast. While working Americans catch up, we're going to put a temporary cap on the credit card interest rates. Look, right now people are paying 24%. They're getting killed. We have people with electricity and their bills that behind 26% of our country is behind on paying their electric bills. We can't let them pay 22, 24, 26% interest. He just said 30. Are you paying 30, sir? Let me see who you are. He's dealing with Alphonse Capone as his lender, right? Yeah, one of those nice lenders. So we're putting a cap of 10%, temporary cap, until we get past this terrible period that we're living in, right? I can do that quickly. We will become energy independent and then energy dominant like no country has ever seen before, because my second order, number one, close the border. We're going to get them out of here. Close the border. What's number two? Drill, baby, drill. We will open ANWR in Alaska, the largest drilling site perhaps in the entire world. Can you imagine? Ronald Reagan couldn't get it. Nobody could get it. They've been trying for years and decades, and nobody could get it. I got it done. And they were all set to take. This is a site that would supply all of Asia. We would make a fortune, would pay down our debt. And Biden comes in and he terminates it. Nobody could get it done. Ronald Reagan, it was his number one thing he wanted to get done. And it's much tougher to get it done today than it was many years ago. I can tell you that. They use the environment. They use anything they can use. But we're going to tap the liquid gold. Look, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any other country in the world. We're going to start using our liquid gold instead of letting it sit there as we buy tar from Venezuela and other places. And we will always protect your Social Security and your Medicare. We're not going to have any cuts. And I'll tell you, we're never raising the age. She's going to raise the age on Social Security by 5 years. We're not raising the age on Social Security. And we didn't for 4 years. We proved it. They're going to raise it because they're letting so many people on that shouldn't be there. I will settle the war in Ukraine. I will end the chaos in the Middle East, and I will prevent World War III. I'm going to prevent it. Thank you. Thank you very much. And days ago, I was honored to receive the endorsement of many, many people far over 300 national security officials. They worked with me. The whole group got together. They endorsed me like they've never endorsed anybody before. Even some of the people that you sort of see were against me. They were in that list. They endorsed me. And some of them got a lot of money for a book. You know, they said, no, Trump is great. Trump is great. Well, we're going to pay you $2 million for a book. Well, he was okay. You know, you got to say bad. We're not giving you any money unless you say bad. That's what happens, but that's okay. But over 300, you know that, Troy? The biggest guys in the country, over 300 people that worked with us endorsed me, which is a record, and I'm very proud of it. Thank you very much. We call that peace through strength, and they believed in it too. Peace through strength. I will support universal school choice, very important. We will let federal education dollars follow the child instead of a propping up of a woke federal bureaucracy. And I will defend, I can't even believe I have to say this, I will defend parental rights. Can you believe it? Who would believe you had to say that? Can you imagine 10 years ago having to say that? You'd be embarrassed to have to say it, but we will protect the parents. I won't investigate parents at schools and school boards. These school boards have dominated this administration. I've never seen anything like it. The parents are arrested. The FBI goes after them. We will protect parents. We will protect parental rights. It's very, very important. I'm going to be listening to the parents. I'm listening to the parents. We will rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again, and especially safe because of people like that. And we will keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. It's under tremendous threat. Somebody said, well, how are you going to do that? You know, one of these stupid people that ask questions. I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If a country wants to leave us and they want to not just consider us the world's currency, we have to be careful with it, too. We have to cherish it and take care of it. But it's very important. It'd be like losing a war. If somebody says from a country, we're going to pull out of the reserve currency, I will say the following. That's okay. But I'm going to charge you a 200% tariff on all the business you do in the United States of America, and it goes into effect today, and they will look at me and they will say, sir, we have decided to stay in the reserve currency, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, Troy can tell you this. There are some people that say, we love Trump's policy, but we don't like Trump. And I say, no, because I actually think I'm a nice person. All I want to do is save our country. Okay, so. I just want to say that. And then a couple of our senators said, here's the problem. You like his policy, but his policy only works with him. Because like that, what I just told you, how many people would say to the head of a country that when Macron, nice guy, when Emmanuel from France, he said he's going to tax American companies at a very high rate, higher than other companies. And I said to Mnuchin and some people, don't let him do it. Go tell him they're not going to do it. And if he does it, he's going to have a problem. They went and they came back and they said, sir, we haven't been successful. I said, go do it again. And after that, I'll take it. And they did it again and they were unsuccessful. They came to me. They said, no, he's going to tax American companies. Now, this is France. They're going to tax American companies at a very high rate. Very few others, but American companies. And I said, get him on the phone. I got him on the phone. Emmanuel, how are you? Oh, Donald, I am fine. Thank you so much. I said, Emmanuel, I understand that you're going to put a very big tax on American companies. Now, as your president, I have to protect American companies. I can't let that happen. And other companies and other countries aren't going to be taxed. Like hell, that's going to happen.
True, Chrono.
So I said, I understand that's going to happen, Emmanuel. Yes, Donald, it is already passed by essentially their legislature. I said, no. I said, no, Emmanuel, you're not going to do that. Yes, Donald, it's too late. I'm so sorry, President, I am so sorry. I said, it's not too late. Not too late. Because if you do that, I'm going to put a 100% tariff on every bottle of wine and every bottle of champagne that you send into the United States of America. 100%. And he said, that's not fair. That's not fair. I said, listen, it's not fair that you're taxing our companies at more than other countries' companies. So to me, it's very fair. He said, I told him, and I was very late. I think I was probably working on one of the hoaxes or something that was, keeps you busy. The Democrat scams and hoaxes. I said, Emmanuel, I don't have time. I'm giving you 5 minutes to call me, if you will. Please call me back within 5 minutes. Let me know it, because I'm ready to sign this tax. I will call back. He called back in about 2 minutes. He said, Donald, I have decided that we will not charge this tax on American companies. Thank you, Emmanuel, very much. See you soon. Bye. I did so much of that. I kept us out of wars. Remember, with Trump, you had no wars. Remember Crazy Hillary?
Right,
she
Lorena.
said, look at him, look at him. Look at his attitude. He's going to cause wars. And I said, no, my attitude is going to keep us out of wars. And I was right. Except I finished off ISIS, right? We finished off ISIS. 100% of the ISIS caliphate was going to take 5 years I did it in 1 month. It was done. No wars. First time in 81 years. I started no wars. But this is how we will end the era of inflation and mayhem and misery under Kamala and Crooked Joe. He's crooked as a $4 bill. I used to say a $2 bill, but I see $2 bills around, so I can't say that. And unleash safety, prosperity, and peace for Americans of every race, religion, color, and creed, every one of them. Together, we will deliver low taxes, low regulations, low energy costs, low interest rates, and low inflation so that everyone can afford groceries, a nice car, and a home, the basics. We will stop the invasion. We will end migrant crime. We will strengthen our military. We will build a missile defense shield around our country. Much of it will be made in Wisconsin, by the way. We will keep critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools. It's God. And we will keep men out of women's sports. We will defend the Second Amendment, protect religious liberty, restore free speech, and we will once and for all secure our elections. Everyone will prosper, every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope, and especially for the people of Wisconsin, you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. But for that to happen, we must defeat Kamala Harris, and we must stop her country-destroying radical left agenda once and for all. We have to knock it. We want a landslide that's too big to rig. We want a too big to rig.
Hey, JR. Too big to rig.
And just finally, after all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. I believe they're going to be the 4 greatest years, not just a fixing up.
Name
It's
Do You
gonna be
Hate
a going
America?
forward. With your help from now until Election Day, 30 days, we will redeem
We're not going to
America's
elect a
promise. We
criminal.
will put America first, and we will take back the nation that we love.
That's right.
November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country, and together we will make America powerful again. Powerful. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again.
Yeah.
And we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you, Wisconsin. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank
God
you,
bless you.
President Trump. I want to see you dance. There he is. He's dancing. All right. Well, name. Dun 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 dun. We don't suffer fools lightly. On the Beach Report. Oh, it's glitching again. Wow. Yeah, don't worry, JR. That person got eaten by a shark. All right, well, it looks like my my video is gone out over there, so hello everyone. Welcome to the Beach Report. All right, so anyway, another great Trump rally. It was amazing to see all those people supporting President Trump. He is so beloved, which is so awesome. And we had a lot of people come on that were trolls, and we got to feed them to the sharks, so that's always fun. I really don't understand anybody who wants to vote for this criminal, because if you've been following what's been going on up north, and well, to me it's up north, what's been going on in North Carolina, it's horrific. And the one of the most horrific things is the fact that the government is actively discouraging people from helping. They're trying to stop them from people rescuing people. I mean, it is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen and heard. It's like Katrina on steroids. It is absolutely horrific, and we all need to pray for the people of North Carolina. It's really, really flipping bad. If there's anything anyone can do to help, those people need help. They need a lot of help. They're not getting any help from this government that is more concerned with helping people who don't come from our country to vote for them, because they're not going to get votes from Americans. In fact, I've done some deep dives. I'm not sure how much I can say here, but I would like you to deep dive. Well, thank you very much, Jason. You need to deep dive on this one too. Look up the company Albemarle, Ablemarle, I think is how it's spelled, Albemarle, something like that. So this company is owned by the vice president's husband. You know, the wife-beating husband. That's another issue that I've also found out, that we're all finding out right now, is that Doug Emhoff is a wife-beater. And in fact, he had an affair with his kid's babysitter, her nanny or whatever, his kid's nanny, and got her preggers and then beat the preggers out of her. That's right. She didn't have an abortion or anything. She actually miscarried because she was beaten so badly by this horrible man. So that makes it a whole different race when you find out that the first gentleman, I would call him, is actually a wife beater. I mean, that we have a relationship here that's not even. Because if he did it before, he'll do it again. And we actually also have a report of him slapping a girl he was dating while they were at the Cannes Film Festival. And he did it in front of several eyewitnesses. A man who will hit a woman, and he hit her so hard he sent her reeling. A man who will hit a woman once, twice, he'll do it again and again and again. That's a man whose power lies in his ability to bully. Sorry, but we all know men like this. And speaking of bullies and gaslighters and people who are literally trying to tell you something is this way when it's really that way, it's despicable. So it's just like these people who think that President Trump is Hitler. Now I can say that President Trump is Hitler, and they love it. The algorithm's like, yeah, say that. But guess what? In gaslighting relationships, how does that work? Well, the gaslighter tells you that what they are doing, you are doing. For instance, I've been in gaslighter relationships. And this is where you get told that you're cheating on your husband, your boyfriend, whatever. You're cheating on them. You know you're not cheating on them, but they keep saying that you are, and they keep trying to nail it, prove it, and bringing up like crazy things. And they try to get you to be like, think you're crazy. So that's what's going on here. When they call President Trump Hitler, well, what happens is they are really the ones who are Hitler. Well, unfortunately, hello people, my husband passed away 2 years ago. So my darling Ray is in heaven watching over me. And so speaking of watching over me, Ray died the day after Hurricane Ian, which we were in, and we were in a shelter, which is really hospice, kind of a crazy hospice shelter. But I was very safe during Hurricane Ian. In fact, I was safe because Ray was dying. So Ray saved my life. His last act of life was to actually save mine. So it's who wants to know? Anyway, I had a wonderful husband only for 11 months, and I lost him to cancer. But anyway, yes, I will be safe, Annie. So whenever the hurricanes roll around, and this is like I think my 10th hurricane season living in Florida. I previously lived up north in Pittsburgh. Now I live in Florida, and it's just like, who called me a liar? Someone called me a liar. What am I lying about? They are getting help and you're a liar. Oh, okay. Okay, Ruth. Yeah, well, yeah, Ruth is clearly getting her news from the liars. We can't really blame her because she is limited in her scope of knowledge and ability to discern truth from lies. So, yes, thank you, Ray. So, thank you guys. So those of you who don't know my show and don't know the Beach Report and you're new here, yes, I had a husband and my husband passed away from cancer exactly 2 years ago and exactly during hurricane season. So hurricane season is very stressful for me. And okay, so I want to veer off onto something else before I forget to tell you guys. Have you heard? And you might not hear this, but I got this from my friend who follows Tony Robbins. Like she's done the Tony Robbins courses and all that stuff. So she loves Tony Robbins. So check this out. Tony Robbins has offered to have a debate kind of, or a talk or something about health. Make America Healthy Again, which has been really great. RFK's behind that. President Trump is behind that. Ricky, have you heard this? So anyway, I hear that Tony Robbins wants to host Kamala and Trump to talk about making America healthy again. And Trump is like, let's go. Haven't heard from Kamala yet. I don't know. I don't think he can handle it. Yeah, thank you. Hello, people. My husband is... I don't know if he's missing me because I feel his presence around me all the time, like literally all the time. So he is very much still a part of my life, even though he is not physically here. And I'm glad because he was suffering in the end from cancer, and it was heartbreaking. And to know that he's not in pain anymore and that he can fly. He was actually, so a little bit about Ray. I love to talk about my husband because he was one of the most amazing people I'd ever met. He was a falconer. Falconer can catch birds from the sky. So he could catch birds, train birds. Like we're talking about birds of prey here, like falcons. Like the kinds that go woo, woo. Anyway, he had prostate cancer. So oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah, so I make some videos about him. I have a lot of videos of him because he was actually a TV personality. He had his own show here in South Florida called Adventures in the Everglades with the Ray Becerra. You can see those on my channel too. And he'll teach you everything about wildlife. And I'm so glad that those shows exist because, Ray really does need to be memorialized like all the time. You can learn a lot from him, even though he's not here anymore. But he left a huge library of work that I have amassed myself, and I love to make videos about him. He had a pet panther for a while. Like, this dude is just like, I when I first met him, I thought he was like Crocodile Dundee Cuban style. He was Cuban. And he was actually Jewish. So I didn't know they had Jews in Cuba. They call them Cubans. But, oh, Ricky, I could go on and on. I have so many stories of Ray, but right now I feel like I'm going to cry. I'm sorry. But thank you. Thank you for asking about him and letting me talk about him. It's really, the second year of grief is so bad. It's like the first year I went through it, like going through the motions, I'm kind of thinking, this isn't real. And like every day was an anniversary, what do we do this year, last year, at this time? And so the second year now it's like he's really not coming back. You know, like part of grief is acceptance. And thank you, Annie. And I'm in acceptance right now. I'm accepting that I won't see him again on this earth. But I also know I'll see him again in heaven someday. Actually, he was Jewish, but I did get him to accept Jesus right before he died. And I'm Jewish too, so, you know, it worked really well. But anyway, so he is with Jesus. He got to meet Jesus before me. That's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, heaven is our home. Heaven is Ray's home. So when I go, I will be welcomed, and I'm not afraid to die at all. But I'm not ready to die either. Yeah, it is a better place, and I am happy, actually. I am so happy in my life. And it's, you know, it was difficult to be married to Ray. He was really a handful. So I'm managing a lot better now. Anyway, I'm managing great on my own, and I love my life alone, and I've been through a lot. But the most important thing that I've done is I have just published my second book. And I mean, just like yesterday I finished it. Let me show you guys what the cover looks like. Check this out. So that's the cover of my book on the computer. And here, I'll read you what it says on the back of my book. Adoption changes lives. Let me take you on the tumultuous journey of my alter ego, Leah. An adopted child, Leah sees life through the lens of the profound loss of a mother she never knew. Raised in a loving, devout Jewish family, Leah cherishes her life until a shocking revelation shatters her sheltered world. Navigating the often devastating path of love and self-discovery, Leah finds out that everything she once believed is not as it seems. Dun, dun, dun. So, and then we have a little review here. This book, I believe, will help people understand how it is to be adopted and the thoughts/feelings from the adoptee's perspective. Carol B. That is an A, right? I'm so nervous. Like I've been going through my book with a fine-tooth comb. Oh my gosh, ironing out all the kinks. And thank you, Annie, so much. So I'm really super excited because I did everything by myself. Designed the cover, did the editing, like literally. But I must say, I also have my launch team, 150 people from Facebook and YouTube who bought the book. Some pre-ordered it, well, most pre-ordered it, and really nailed it. So let me know that it was good, and let me know, like, you know, where there were some typos and stuff like that. Darla, there's not going to be story time tonight. I gotta flee another dang hurricane, so I am planning on driving south, and I will end up in Fort Myers. I'm going to go stop at Michelle's house. I mean, Fort Lauderdale. I'll stop at Michelle's house in Fort Myers first tonight and check on her, make sure that she has everything she needs. And then I'll head over to Fort Lauderdale, my other home. So I'll be safe. I'll be safer in Fort Lauderdale. The great thing about Fort Lauderdale is it's like in this weird pocket, and it doesn't ever really get hit by hurricanes. I mean, I've lived there for almost 10 years now, and I've never, ever had a problem there. No really big, bad hurricanes. I mean, there was one that I wasn't living there when it happened, so. Grandma. You're funny, Rusty. All right, anyway, I live everywhere. I have a lot of friends that I stay with. Since Ray passed away, I have been spending my time with my friends and my followers who are my friends, and everyone's taken amazing care of me. So I always have a place to put my head, and I'm always traveling, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful life that I have right now. So I'm very, very happy with this life. And I also count myself also very lucky that I don't have a house that I have to really worry about in Florida. Florida. So when the hurricanes come, I can leave. I can go lots of different places. So I just go wherever I think it's safest. And I think it's safest in Fort Lauderdale. So that's where I'll go. If for some reason it's not safe there, I'll go somewhere else. Or not. I don't know. Usually when I get there, I'm like pretty good to go. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to put the new book on Amazon. I believe I'm going to do that on November 1st, or maybe on my birthday, November 30th. I'm not really sure. I want to start selling books because girls got to make some money at this point. And I had to buy the book. So if you want a copy, let me know in the comments, and I'll direct you to get a copy. And it's $35, by the way, for this book. And I am going to say ciao for now and take off because, like I said, I have to flee the hurricane. So I got to close up everything, make sure this house, I've been house sitting, and I have to make sure that this house is secure. And then I can go make sure that my own situation is secure. So yeah, totally, Denise. I will definitely need a glass of wine tonight when I get there with Michelle. Yeah, no, buying houses ain't cheap. I could not afford to own a house. It's been a long time and I've been through a lot, but it's all good because I am able to go different places and help other people. So I like it. I like how I live now. I really do. And I couldn't have done this when I was married. Ray and I lived on a farm. Back when I was married to Ray, we were raising peacocks. Peacocks, chickens, what else? A horse. What other animals did we have? Bunch of animals. It was crazy. Anyway, I will keep you guys updated. Don't worry, I'm always safe. I always walk with the Lord. He takes really good care of me too. So it's all good. All right, you guys. Well, ciao for now. Yes, I'm a traveler. Oh, well, I'm a traveler, but like I said, I always have really great places to go and wonderful friends. And the great thing about me is that when I show up, everybody's happy to see me. And when I leave, they're sad. And then when they come back, they're happy again. So, I mean, they're not super sad, but they know I'll return. But it's always fun. It's always great to be with my friends. I know, Lorena, I hope the horse is good. I'm sure she is. I actually sold her to a wonderful farm where she's got everything she needs. My baby Cumbia. I haven't seen her in a long time, and I might probably not ever see her again. But you know what? That's the way it goes in life sometimes. And when you're adopted, you know what? You get good at leaving things behind. It's just kind of par for the course when you're adopted. So anyway, get the book, learn all about it. All right, I'm going to say ciao for now for real. Ciao for now and arrivederci. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. If you are in the path of this hurricane, try to find somewhere safe to go. Praying for you, and especially praying for everyone in the Carolinas affected by Hurricane Helene and losing everything. It's a nightmare. Anyway, oh yeah, well, I was saying about Albemarle. I almost forgot. I can't really say ciao for now. Just quick. So Doug Emhoff owns this company, right? It's lithium mining, and found out like he wanted to do a land grab for the lithium mine, right? And the mountain people, they were like, no, we don't want you to do that. We're not going to give up our land. We're not going to sell it to you. So he looked up, how else do you find a way to take over land in a land grab? And the other way is a natural disaster where everything's destroyed and all the people die. And apparently lithium, and there's something else too that they want, some other high tech, I think rare earth minerals or something like that, which I thought rare earth minerals were only found in China. Maybe not. I don't know, but there's a lot deeper meaning to everything that's happening right now, and all this destruction and stuff. It's all got a reason behind it. So dig deep. to look at that Doug Emhoff. Look at how he beat his baby mama, if you will, how he slapped that woman he was dating. That right there is very concerning. You can't have a president who's like married to a wife beater because she's compromised. Because if he's beating these other women, he's going to beat her too. I'm just saying, that's the way it goes. You got a point. Hello, people. People are dying every second in this world, and they're going to meet Jesus. That's a better place that they're going. So there's that. I can't think of one good reason to vote for that witch, Halloween Town. I think you maybe live in Halloween Town. Why don't you research what's happening in North Carolina right now? And then think about if you really want to vote for somebody who cannot handle a natural disaster, or maybe who's actually profiting from the natural disaster. Look that up, because that's could well be what's going on. She's not a good person. She's not here for this country. She is, well, she was installed. No one even ever voted for her. So that's crazy too. Like, who would vote for someone that no one ever voted for before, right? That's so crazy. That's so silliness. And I think Biden's not too happy about it either. He crashed that press conference. Pretty funny. So there are hot messes. There's like zero reason to want to vote for those people. And also Halloween Town, don't forget, they're the ones who have been in the government for the past 50 years. Well, Biden for sure. Kamala for maybe, I don't know how many years. She's not as old, but she's been in the government. They've been screwing around with we the people for a really long time. And that's why they don't want President Trump to be voted in again, because he's ruining their grift. He did it for 4 years and they won't let it happen again. They're criminals. And if you don't know that, then please look it up and figure it out for yourself. But if you do know it, then I think you might be a criminal too. So if you are, then I'm going to make sure that you're defeated. I will not vote for a criminal to be president. And I know you call Trump a criminal, but again, that's part of the gaslighting thing. They're calling him a criminal and pretending he's a criminal when actually they themselves are the real criminals doing the real crimes. Like the documents crime, Biden did the same thing, but actually worse. He's not legitimately a criminal because he didn't do anything wrong. It was actually Biden who stole those documents. He was a senator when he did it. He didn't have any right to take any documents. And the only reason that they're not prosecuting him is because he's senile. Are you kidding me? So how do you know there was a legitimate sexual assault? There are no facts. There is no date. There is no proof. There is nothing. That was a railroad. That was a disgusting display of injustice, quite frankly. You can never claim that something happened without an actual date, because when you do that, you deny Trump his due process to say, well, it couldn't have happened on that date because I was here on, so and so on another place. So yeah, he never met her. He did not know her. He had nothing to do with this crazy woman who, by the way, also claimed that 7 other men arred her. So, not very credible, really. I mean, there's nothing credible about her. And if you heard her talking to Anderson Cooper, she actually told him that she thought arring was sexy. Yeah, she said that. I heard it. Everyone else heard it. So she was Looney Tunes. I mean, just look at her. President Trump would never do such a thing. And also, it's pretty ludicrous that this happened in one of the most populated department stores in the world, okay, not to mention in New York City, and that there would be nobody there and, dressing room unlocked, like all of those, it was all lies, so many lies. So please look it up, Halloween Time, because I don't know what your sources are, but they are lying to you. I mean, your source should be watch the actual trials, okay? If you do that, you will find out Stormy Daniels, okay, she never slept with Trump. I'm sure of it. Trump is a germaphobe. That he would touch a hooker, not a hooker, but a porn star, if you know what I mean. That's crazy cakes. Why would he do that? He would never do that. He would not have anything to do with her because that's the kind of person he is. So anyway, there's that. And then there's the fact that I believe that she was having an affair with Cohen. And that's why Cohen went and took a mortgage out on his house. Listen to the whole trial. I'm sure that it's archived somewhere. You can go find it. You can read it, whatever. But go listen to the whole trial. And you will find out that it was Cohen. Why would he take a mortgage out on his house? Why would he be so afraid to tell Melania? I mean, the whole story was ludicrous. It was Cohen who was having the affair with Stormy Daniels. Oh, speaking of hush money, Halloween time, I know everything, so I bring receipts as well. So you can say whatever you want, but just to ask me anything and I'll tell you the truth about it. Because here's the fact, okay, I don't get paid to do this. Yes, I'm an author. I just wrote another book. That's how I make money. I'm a writer. However, I don't get paid to do these news shows that I do. I'm a journalist. I was with a major metropolitan newspaper for 18 years. I was with the Post-Gazette, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. So I do know a thing or two, and I am a professional journalist, professional writer, and I look into this stuff. I actually lived in Switzerland for 10 years, so I know a lot, like a whole lot, like things that it's hard for me even to talk about. But you want to talk about hush money? Get this one Halloween time. So did you know that Doug Emhoff, Kamala Harris's husband, right? Well, when he got his babysitter preggers and made her have a miscarriage, he actually ended up having to pay her off. He paid her hush money, something like $90,000. So how come it's okay for him to do it, right? But Trump, and by the way, Trump didn't pay off Stormy Daniels. He didn't do anything. And Stormy Daniels also has been found to be a liar. Her attorney, Michael Avenatti, he was convicted liar. Michael Cohen, convicted liar, for real. These people are liars. So I'm just saying, I don't go to Diddy parties. I never have. I never would. I've never been involved in any of that stuff. I don't live in California. So, yeah. No, I don't do anything like that. And I'm not high society. But I do know a lot of things about the high society because I study it all because I'm a journalist and I do research. And lots of research that has nothing to do with the mainstream news, although I do sometimes go to their sources because they give you clues about what they're doing. If you watch my shows, you'll learn about it. Yay, Trump 2024 from Africa. Awesome. All right, you guys. So anyway, that's it. Go look it up. Hush money from Kamala's husband to the babysitter that he beat the life out of her, as in no more baby. For real, that happened. So check it out. The slap. Check out that one. Hit her so hard she went reeling. Witnesses, everything. So think about it. You're being conned by these people. And don't forget that Kamala, however you say it, for the past 3.5 years told you that Joe Biden was not senile and that he was perfectly fine to run for president till he wasn't. So what about that? I mean, lying for 3.5 years, for real? Come on. We all saw it. We all know the truth. All right, you guys. Anyway, drop your questions in the comments. I'll answer them if I have time. All right, I'm going to say ciao for now and arrivederci for real.